We got Claire hitting this tennis ball with an upward velocity of 16 feet per second. The height of the ball can be modeled by this equation. T is the time in seconds it takes for Claire to hit the tennis ball. Find the time it takes for the ball to return to the ground. Well, the ground is going to be 0 feet. So 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 16t. I didn't tell you how to solve this. You could graph this if you want, but I look at this and I think it's easier to factor it because I notice negative 16t goes into both of these. So then I'll get t minus 1. Won't if I factor out a negative 16? Well, 0, that's when she starts, or t equals 1. So it'd be 1 second. On question 18, we want to solve this by the quadratic formula. So remember, you have to make it equal to 0 first. So we're going to minus u from both sides and minus 10 from both sides. So then we're going to get 21u squared minus u minus 10 equals 0. On this problem, A is 21, B is negative 1, and C is negative 10. So u equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And I want the exact answer again. So the opposite of negative 1 plus or minus negative 1 squared minus 4 times a, which is 21, times c, which is negative 10. That's going to be all over 2 times a, which is 21. Whoa, big numbers. So u equals 1 plus or minus 1. And then if we take a negative times a negative is a positive, 4 times 21 times 10. So 4 times 21 is 84. 840 all over 2 times 21, which is 42. And then we're going to say u equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 841 all over 42. Now, 841, I wonder if I can just take the square root of that. If not, oh, there it is. We've done that before. I was going to say that seemed familiar. So that's 29. So it's, let me back it up here. It's 1 plus or minus 29. Oh, you know what? We've done this problem before, haven't we? This was completing the square. That's why it looks so familiar. So we get 1 plus 29 is 30 over 42. And if we divide by 6, 6, we get 5 over 7. And then 1 minus 21 is negative 28 all over 42. If we divide by 14, we get negative 2 over 3. So x equals 5 over 7 or negative 2 over 3. I gave you two problems exactly the same. We go back up here. This is our first one with completing the square, only I just wanted you to do them a different way. So you should get the same answer. Notice that on the test I gave you the same problem, but I tell you to do it two different ways, at least get the same answer. Okay, number 19. Before we simplify, let's distribute that negative. So I get negative 2x squared equals 5x minus 4. Now I want to move these over, so I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. 5x. So then we get negative 2x squared minus 5x. Well, let's add 4 to both sides at the same time. So I say plus 4 equals 0. So on this problem, A is negative 2, B is negative 5, and C is positive 4. So now we get to have the fun with the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we're going to write it over here. So x equals the opposite of a negative 5 plus or minus, we'll go negative 5 squared minus 4 times negative 2 times 4. That's going to be all over 2 times negative 2. Simplify that some more. The opposite of negative 5 is 5 plus or minus. Negative 5 squared is 25. A negative, my negative 2 didn't show up very well, but we get plus. A negative times a negative is a positive. And we say 8 times 4 is 32, isn't it? All over negative 4. So x equals 5 plus or minus. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 5. All over negative 4. Now, can I make a factor tree for 57? I don't think I can, but I'm going to try. I know 3, I think 3 goes into 57. 57, yeah, 3 goes into 57 because 5 plus 7 is 3. But I can't simplify that, can I? So guess what? We're done. Now, we're divided by negative. I could change that 5 to a negative and divide by a positive. I don't think it really matters. 5 plus or minus the square root of 57 all over negative 4. I could also say negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 57 divided by a positive 4. Because if I do a plus and minus, it'll be a minus and a plus. So no matter how you do that problem, that's your answer. And we got it. No.